a SWAT call out of a hostage rescue. There was an unarmed, barricaded subject with a hostage. I get there and it was weird because on the brief, I walked up to the house and the SWAT commander briefed me at the head of the garage there, and it was light colored concrete. You know, we didn't have a bunch of lights on because the operation is active in that house right there, but the room was in kind of the back of the house. And I remember he's talking to me, telling me the situation, and I'm looking on the ground and I'm like, what is all that stuff on the ground, right? So I turn my flashlight on and it's blood. There's blood all over the place on the walkway down from the garage. I'm like, what is up with that? And he's like, well, this guy stabbed his cousin and then took his own daughter hostage. There was another officer that had basically his face planted against the window so that he could just barely see through this sliver because it was on the same wall. And he wasn't shooting, and I'm like, why are you not shooting? And so we actually ended up having to remove him off the ladder because I don't know what he was thinking. He wasn't hearing us. We were giving him commands to get off the ladder so I could get up there and evaluate the situation. I get up on this ladder and I put my face against the wall, and I can just see through the sliver. I can see him sitting, and I can see her on, sitting in his lap basically, and he's got his arm around her. So I'm like, I don't have the right tool, so I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to shoot my handgun. I always preach, handguns suck for killing stuff, right? There's 6 guys standing at the window that have the right tool, right? Because they all have their assault rifle. The first guy, and it just happened to be the guy that we pulled off the ladder, I'm like, give me your rifle. He's like, what? Go give me your rifle. So we swap rifles, push the rifle in the window, and I come around the corner, and I look, and the little girl's looking right at me, right? Because all the broken glass. So she's looking right at me, and I bring the reticle up, and it's full pop brightness, right? I can't see anything. And now I got to work on the buttons on this sight. Well, this isn't my rifle, right? So now I got to find the button that dims the red dot. I go back up to the window, glass breaks again, pop, pop, pop underneath my feet. I come around the corner.
Does this guy know you're there?
I don't know, because he was, who knows what kind of mental state he was in, and I was trying not to be too, that's why I didn't turn on any lights or anything. So I come around the corner again, and I look in there, I'm like, okay, I got the right brightness, but it's too close, right? Like her head was like an inch, because what I'm looking at is this. So like this is the back of her head. I'm looking at his eyeball.
Oh,
so I got like an inch. I'm like, nah, it's too close. And I'm looking, and she's of course looking at me, and it's close. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. So I'm waiting, and then he moves his head back. Right, I'm like, okay, 2.5 inches of mechanical offset, but his face is all covered in hair, like this giant mop of hair. So I couldn't see the geography of his face at all. Like I want to put it in his eyeball, but can't see it. Right, so I'm just going by the curvature of his forehead. I know I got to aim 2.5 inches over that. So I put it up there. Safety's off. Fingers on the trigger. It's a 2-stage trigger. So I took the first stage out. Here I go. I remember saying that. So I put it 2.5 inches over where I wanted to hit. Safety's off. Here I go. And he moves his head back, right? Bunk. And he pops it back against the back of her head. So he moves his head back again. Now I've got better, it's faster for me to aim where I need to aim. So I put it where I need to. Stages out. Here I go. And the shot broke, and the rest is history.